Good afternoon, and welcome to Morning Meets the Eye. I'm your host, Blind Prime, and for today we're going to be talking about Transformers Studio Series 86 Junk-Heap in his motorcycle mode. Here he is with Wreck-Gar riding him, and let's go ahead and talk about how Wreck-Gar can ride him real quick. I do love the fact that you can do it a couple of ways. Wreck-Gar can put his legs on the sides, or he can he can bend his knees a bit more, and he can put his feet back over these back spikes. Though you can't really do it because I put these big wheels on the back of Junk-Heap. Though I like the big wheels, I think he looks more of a menacing motorcycle with those giant wheels on. Now, Wreck-Gar here can, of course, he sits pretty well on the motorcycle, and you can actually use these handles. These handles are 5mm ports, and you can just plug them into each of the handles. It's really cool. I think that having a vehicle for your Transformers robot mode is such a rare thing in the Transformers universe. It's such a rare thing in the toy line that having it here is quite excellent. So I'm straightening out Wreck-Gar here, and he's just going to chill over here on the sidelines with his sissy bar axe. Let's go ahead and give him that so he doesn't lose it. You know how much he loves his lollipop. All right. There you go. There you go, Wreck-Gar. There's your sissy bar axe. All right. And let's remove the two big wheels from Wreck-Gar and go ahead and take off the sissy bar for Junk-Heap in case it falls off during the show. I've already talked about these wheels before and how much I wish they were, instead of having one single cleat in the center every little bit, I wish it had done more like a triangle of cleats so that it would stand up better in vehicle mode. But they fixed that with Junk-Heap, where Wreck-Gar's vehicle mode, he's got... Hi, Cream. What's up, you? Wreck-Gar has on his, if you see here on his right-hand side of the robot, he's got his spikes are bent up slightly. On this one's not as bad, the lower one's not as bad, but the upper one is pretty bad. And I've been fixing that slowly over time, stretching it back down. But that happened because Wreck-Gar's motorcycle mode is a bit faulty. It's difficult to actually get it in a position where it's not going to bend the spikes. They saw that problem with Wreck-Gar, and they fixed that problem with Junk-Heap. They gave Junk-Heap these armor pieces to make him a different robot. This is this is part of the retool remold of this robot. And in the motorcycle mode, these armor plates, you got the gun on the left and then the armor plating here on the right. They are big enough that they actually hit the ground before the spikes hit the ground. And this allows for the spikes to not get bent anymore. And this is awesome. Now on the left-hand side, the side that has the molded-in gun, that side is a little closer to the ground and works a lot better as a inbuilt kickstand. I love that they did that. They didn't have to, but they did. And that makes me really happy. And thank you, Transformers team, for actually looking at a problem and fixing it in a very unique and minuscule way, but it did the most good. This small piece of armor that's on the side of this robot, of this vehicle mode, it does a lot of good for allowing your Junk-Heap to last longer and not have anything bent or destroyed on his spikes. And that's really cool. That's really nice they did that. Now, I do wish, my negative on these is that I wish the molding for this gun had been pointed the other way, so that in vehicle mode there was a gun pointed out forward instead of pointed backwards. I mean, he could still shoot behind him in this mode, but I would have liked it if the gun mode was pointed forward, because in robot mode you can spin this armor plate so that it matches whatever you need. But yeah, that's my just grief with this one. Now let's talk about the other cool thing that's different about this is that on the back of Junk-Heap's head you've got a few circles etched in there, and I assume those are things like pressure gauges, fuel gauges, speed gauges, all the gauges. They're in the back of Junk-Heap's head, and Junk-Heap's little ear muff, his little ear horn things. They have that rough texture, and when they're plugged into here, they feel like speakers on either side of all the gauges. or air conditioner vents. Now, I prefer speakers because, these guys are robots. What do they need air conditioners for? But speakers make sense. They like music, they like TV. They're watching it all the time. So of course they'd have speakers built into the motorcycle. And that is an attention to detail that I'm just like, wow. The sides of the head, the little head things, head horns, they didn't have to become anything. They could have just stored them. But no, they took the time and the effort to make them into little speakers on either side of the gauges. That's clever. Thank you. That is really clever of you, and I really appreciate it. I think it's fun. Now, the top of this motorcycle is the same exact top as you would get with Wreck Guard. There's nothing different here. Siege port wise, there's four. There's one on each side of the motorcycle, right ahead of the rear spikes, where it would be on his legs in robot mode. And then, of course, you've got one on the bottom of each foot. But that is Junk-Heap. Junk-Heap is an excellent robot. A vehicle. He's 21 studs long in motorcycle mode and 8 studs wide in the center. Now, the grading process, because I like to do like a grading process, or I try to remember to do one. I don't always remember to grade these things. I don't always remember to think about that. I think sometimes my opinion's enough that you could figure out what my grade would be. But this guy, I would give his robot mode a straight up, I'd give his robot mode a 7 out of 10. It seems pretty good. I wish it had some more articulation to it, but for the most part, that is one excellent robot mode. All right, I'm a little judgy on it because I play with GI Joe Classified and stuff, and I know how much articulation can occur. But for robot mode, that's really good, and I really like the robot mode for Wreck Guard and Junk-Heap. Now the transformation, I'll give it a straight up 8 out of 10. It was an easier transformation than I would like, but it was a very intuitive transformation. You could easily figure out where everything goes, and it doesn't take a lot to accomplish, but it is very smart. It is a very good transformation. So the transformation gets an 8 out of 10. If it had a little more complexity and a little more shock and awe to it, it would have definitely gotten that 10 out of 10 rating. Now for the motorcycle mode, this motorcycle mode actually gets 10 out of 10. It was getting 9 out of 10 from me, and that was before I realized that it came with built-in kickstands, and that straight up puts it in the 10 out of 10 category. Okay, this is one. It's a vehicle for a transformer. You never get that. You never get vehicles that transformers can ride. You always get transformers that become vehicles, but never a transformer that becomes a vehicle that another transformer could utilize. So that alone is cool. Having that in your collection is neat by itself. The thing where these spikes won't get destroyed so long as he's in motorcycle mode, that's another bonus. So that added more points. The quality of this plastic, it's top quality plastic. It's dense plastic. This guy is top notch. It's good quality. He represents everything that the Studio Series 86 can be at its best. And I really appreciate that. I like this transformer, and I can't wait to get more Junkyons from this new line of Legacy next year. I think that it will be very interesting to compare these two Junkyons to the masses of Junkyons we will be getting in the future, and that sounds like a lot of fun. But I've taken up enough of your time today, guys. Overall rating, just one more time, is an 8 out of 10 for this guy when you boil down transformation, and or an 8.5 out of 10, I should say. So this is an 8.5 out of 10. Wreck Guard right there only was a 7.5 out of 10 because I really took a lot of points off for the destruction of his spikes in robot mode, but in vehicle mode. So this guy is, in my opinion, better than Wreck Guard, but just by a smidge. Anyway, thanks for watching. And if you don't mind, please hit that like button, share and subscribe, comment below. I don't always answer the comments immediately, but I do eventually get to all the comments. And, if you know anybody in your life who's visually impaired, or you just want to share it to your Facebook wall, that'd be cool. The point of this channel is to reach out and try and help the blind and visually impaired out there fight the depression. I suffer from depression myself, and a thing that helps me with my depression is Legos, G.I. Joe classified action figures, or any action figure, honestly, that's really good. And Transformers, having the ability to fiddle with a three-dimensional puzzle in your hand. 3D puzzles are great for, at least for me. And as a blind person who became blind in life, I was addicted to video games, and really helps. One, Dungeons and Dragons tabletop games, which, if you want me to talk about some Dungeons and Dragons stories, I'll share them with you guys on this channel. Let me know. But for the most part, Transformers have helped me fight my disability, not my disability, my depression. When I lost my vision, I was incredibly depressed, and these helped me to pull myself out of that well. And it's my hope that these things that I showcase on this channel can help somebody else fight depression and pull themselves out of that well, because it's deep and it's dark and it sucks. And you need a line, you need a safety line, and that's what my channel is. That's what I've been building here. I've been weaving a safety rope, to throw down to some people who have depression, and maybe they'll grab it, maybe it will help them too. And that's all I can hope for with this channel, is the ability to help others you get better mentally. It's a fight for me every day of my life to ensure that I don't fall into that pit. And I know it's a fight with depression. It is. And if I can make that fight any easier for anybody, then I've succeeded at this channel's goal. So thank you for watching, and please tune in next time. We will be talking about the Jurassic Park crossover, because I found it for 50% off. I got a leader class and a deluxe class for $55. Actually, no, not $55. It came out to $54 after taxes and shipping. So, boom, baby. Yeah, we're talking about Jurassic Park. We're also going to bring in Sergeant Stalker soon, because I keep teasing you with Sergeant Stalker, and I'm going to stop teasing you with him, and I'm going to bring him out to the forefront. I just had to get that Lego locker video done. I worked on it all weekend, and it just came to... I don't even want to get into the shooting for that Lego locker video. There were a lot of things that went crazy. Cream destroyed the locker a couple of times. It was a wild mess. Thanks for watching, and please tune in next Prime, where we will gladly show you something else.